All
I'm
right,
not gonna believe it.
we're going live. We have a special friend of mine right here, Linda Lemons, on my show today, and we were just talking about a lot of truth that most people will not comprehend or understand. But we're going to say it, and I'm going to say it until I have no breath left to say. So basically, what the deal is, guys, is that they're manipulating our DNA, our humanity. They want machines to run everything. Think about it. Artificial intelligence, right? If I have a business and I can hire a guy for let's say $10 an hour, right? In the first, let's say, 8 months of what I have to pay him, I can buy the robot to do his job permanently do that job. And he's not going to complain. He's not going to call in sick. He's not going to, do any of that. He's going to work 24 hours a day if I need him to. So see how they got you? Hook, line, and sinker. They got you. And now I see that because what's going to happen is most of the people that are, which in the Bible, the elect, okay, are going to figure this out. But many of the elect will be deceived. So basically, that's what's going to happen. There's many of the elect that God actually chose that will be deceived by this mark of the beast. Basically, is what's going to happen. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell or trade or whatever. And we're going to have to see how. And it's already come into effect. That's what's crazy. It's already happening in other countries. Okay, and they're already doing it in Switzerland and other places where, and other places where the crimes do bad. That's their excuse. We don't want you to carry a purse or money because you're going to be attacked. So now with the chip in your hand, you don't have to worry about your hand. See, that's how they're going to roll that.
They want to go. They want to go. 2018. That's what I've read.
Well, yeah. Well, within the next, I would say, Linda, within the next,
just right around the corner.
Yeah, next 10, 15 years, we're going to be in for a major shocking thing that most people can't comprehend. But it's coming, and transhumanism, the tech that they're going to implant stuff in your brains. You're not going to be able to get along as a normal human being. The way they have to. But see, you got to think about things like the Georgia Guidestones, how they want to eliminate humanity. So they want to get down to this number of actual humans, and then the rest of it's going to be automated. And they're already doing all that stuff. So why aren't people understanding that? I don't know. Maybe they don't have enough brains. They don't have enough, whatever it is. I don't know. I just don't understand it because it's coming. It's not far away. It's right around the corner. And we are going to be assimilated into this matrix that I'm not asking for that. I'm not volunteering for that. I want to be free. So most people are just going to go along with the herd mentality, go along to get along. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to get right on into the mark of the beast. It's going to happen, and they're going to take it voluntarily. They'll voluntarily give up their soul.
Well, yeah, they'll make it sound like it's just great, silver ribbons and bows, and the people just their eyes will shine, and it's
right.
And they don't care. I mean, if the people just don't care.
It's absolutely amazing because people don't. That's what scares me, and I really realize that majority of people don't understand that stuff at all. Like when you're talking about transhumanism, there's some really good channels and some really good people out there that's talking about this. And they've been talking about it for years. But no one pays attention to it because
average person about it.
they're not going to listen to that. Like, are you serious? You're crazy.
No.
Are you serious? You're crazy.
Yeah.
No, transhumanism, it's a real thing, and it's really happening now. The DNA manipulation, where you can basically create a designer child at this point. You want one that's muscular, you want one that's heavy, whatever. You can actually, manipulate the DNA. That's where they're going. So, see, back when Noah was on the earth, and God told Noah, Jesus, whoever, the Holy Ghost told him that you need to build the ark. And see, when he built that ark, everybody thought he was crazy. But when he was done, all the animals came and lined up. He didn't even go get them. He didn't have to go get them. It was a miracle, right? So when you're watching, Jesus even had miracles happen that he did right in front of everybody's eyes, but yet they still didn't believe. That's the kind of thing that's going to happen now, because we're in the same times of Noah, and what it says in the Bible, and what it is, it will be like the times of Noah. So in the end times. So when God comes back, it's going to be because of people, these humans and demons, really, are altering DNA. They're changing what God created. And so that's when it happened before, because the fallen angels, the Nephilim and whatever you want to call them, when they were here, when they were kicked out of heaven, they mated with animals, they mated with humans, they mated, and so it changed the DNA. And that's why God was mad, and he was like, no, he flooded the earth. But he didn't get rid of all of them. It does say in the Bible.
Well, they've done to the rumor anyway. That is a concern. Like I was telling you, they have successfully cloned a human, or however they do it.
Right, they
I'm
cloned
not
humans.
a scientist.
Yes.
They have manipulated the DNA. Who knows what they
Right. Well, they
do in
cloned
that freaky
humans.
place.
I know that, and they've changed humans. And so my whole point is that you can't do that. God's not going to be happy with that. Okay, and when you start messing with what he did, he's gonna, and that's what happened before, because they had technology enough, like I said before, to build pyramids, to line them perfectly, and have it all perfect, which is absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yet they were able to bore holes through solid lime rock, granite, for that matter, for hundreds of yards long, holes, perfectly round. There's no way. We can't even hardly do that today. So how did they do that? So you have to question all that stuff. How did they manage to do that? Well, they had some kind of technology to be able to bore those holes just like that. We couldn't even do it today. And that's what people need to understand. That why was the earth flooded? Because God said no to what was happening. It was, the altering and the changing of the DNA. It's not what he wanted. So you have to flood it all out and start over. That's why all the animals, lined up to get on the ship. And it was a big boat.
Right.
Noah's Ark wasn't a little bitty thing. It was pretty big. But that's a whole nother story. Right now, where we are as humans, we're basically plugged into the Matrix. Because, and you know what's funny? They talk about that at my job. The Matrix. You're, from your schedule, like you're plugged into the Matrix. Like they call it the Matrix. Why? You call that at Lowe's. I work for
Really?
the Matrix. I don't. It's just a freaking schedule. But they call it the Matrix.
Call it the
Why?
Matrix.
Why they do? I swear to God.
That's
Why did they call it the Matrix?
that's weird.
Isn't that weird? Okay, that's really weird.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Well, you're in the Matrix. You're on a, scheduled whatever time between, this week you're off this weekend, this week you're off these days. They call it the Matrix, and it's stupid. It's freaking. I'm off on Monday or Tuesday, whatever. I mean, that's what it is. It's a schedule. It's not the Matrix. But it's all being programmed. See, through these big companies, they call it the Matrix. Why? Why do they call it the Matrix?
Interesting.
Question
I think I would have to write at the bottom of the schedule one day. I want to exit the Matrix. I just wouldn't.
Well, I want to exit the Matrix altogether. F that. I don't want to be part of your damn evil system. I want to be free. But see, people think they're free and they're not. And they're not. They're not free. None of us are free because we're not free. And I don't care who's president. I don't care about it. I mean, I already understand it. A system is built for control. And I don't care who's on what side of it, it's still built for control. Still the same thing. Still the same animal. Still the same beast. And so people can't see that, I guess. A lot of people can't. Some people can. They understand it. Like, okay, I understand. This is a slave beast system, no matter what's going on. So that's where I see it is. It doesn't matter who's in control or not, or who people think are in control. So basically, what it boils down to is it doesn't matter. See, Republicans, Democrats, blah blah blah. It's all the same bullshit. Many of them are on the same. They're mostly on the same team, which war. Think about it. Look who's in the Republican Party. They're a bunch of warmongers, war hawks. They want to go to war. And you got the ones in the Democratic Party. They're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go kill them so we can get something. See, that's the problem.
We've always been at war.
That's the problem with that. So I'm gonna give you a minute to elaborate on what you think about why we've had all these wars. Because every single war that I can go back on, in my mind, is a banker's war. It's always been.
The wars are about petrodollars and gold
Money.
and poppies and that's for what they're basically.
Right.
They tell you it's for freedom, it's for terror. And I feel the worst for the soldiers that go out there and
get blown up and then die.
They're fighters. Yeah,
and then they come back, and even if they make it back, they get freaking ridiculed for being, a baby killer or something, just like in Vietnam. But it wasn't the soldiers' fault. It was the government's fault. It was the elite, the evil, the bad, evil of this world that sent them out there in the first place. So they wouldn't be out there. We
wonder why they have post-traumatic stress.
Right. I would too. I would have it now, and I didn't go to war.
Oh, my nephew is in the Army. He was just in.
Because I'm stressed out about them. That's the problem. I look at it like this, man. Them poor people, and I'm so glad that I'm not in the military, and I had to go out and do that. I'm a patriotic person, okay? I believe in freedom. I believe that in the foundation originally was a pretty good idea, okay, of a republic. But we are nothing near a republic. We are so far from that. We are so far from that. And people think we're not, and they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand the technology. They don't understand, what we really face as humanity. They don't understand. They can't see it. And I don't understand why they shut
Man
the
has
brains
got
off.
too big for his britches. Too big for our britches.
Well,
What do they call it? Heck, I don't know. I don't know what the kids will call it these days. Something.
well, people need to realize that it's not.
Well,
It's
they're
not what you
manipulating
think.
everything, though. The food, the air, the water.
Right? They're transforming.
They're playing God. They're
Right.
making her, you know.
Right. So that's where
Frankly,
you have to
fucking
realize
sick of it.
that they are trying to control God. They're trying to control
Everything.
nature. Everything that God did, they despise. They want to be better than God, and they're trying to do that. And they're doing it in many ways right now with all the geoengineering, with better weather modification, CERN, you name it. Okay, they're doing it. They're terraforming the planet, and they're probably getting it ready for the conditions of what they want to do, or who they want to bring through. So that the condition of the planet is such that they can survive and thrive. So I don't know that to be true 100%, but that's just my opinion. I have a lot of opinions. I have truth that I can prove, like 9/11. I can prove that was false. I can prove Sandy Hook was false. I can prove a lot of things was false. But when it comes to faith, it's not. You can prove some things, I guess. But for me, it's like I just know there's something up. I can look at it and go, these people are deceivers. They're working for the dark side. That's what they're doing. And people can't see it.
Yeah.
They don't see the dark, how there's light and dark. And there is light and dark in this world. I believe that for a fact. Definitely darkness, and there's definitely light.
Sure.
I seem to try to, there's one night when I was laying in bed. I was asleep. I think. Yeah, I was asleep. And I had a Salvador Dali painting above my bed, above my headboard. And on the other wall, just adjacent to it, was the Mayan calendar. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, that moment at that time when I was laying there, Jesus came out of the Mayan calendar. So, and Satan, Lucifer, came out of the Salvador Dali above my head, and they fought for my soul right above my head.
Oh, wow.
And that was true. I mean, I'm telling you, I wouldn't lie. I don't know if it was just a dream or whatever. It may have just been a dream. But when that happened, I woke up in a pool of sweat. I was soaked. I mean, I literally drenched the bed because I was crying out at that moment for Jesus to save me, because Lucifer was there and he wanted my soul. And Jesus came out of the other side, and it was like a clash right above my head. And Jesus won because he saved me. You know, that was what I got out of that dream. Now, it probably was a dream. I don't know, but maybe it means something more than just a dream. I don't know. All I know is that
A
happened.
dream.
Battle over my soul.
It's a dream. Yeah. Wow.
That really happened.
That's very interesting. When did that happen?
It was so real, and I'm telling you, that was so real that
When
I can't deny it. That was real. And I also had one other experience in my life. Once I was at church at this small church. I think I told you about how I met the pastor where I worked at. Uh, and he didn't even tell me that he was or nothing. And I helped him out for months before he ever told me he was a pastor of the church. I mean, he was for real.
uh-huh.
He invited me to his church. So I went there and I sat in the front row one day, and I swear to you, something went through me. It went through my body. Okay, it wasn't normal. It wasn't natural. It wasn't something I'm living through. Something happened, and whatever it was went right through my stomach. It went through my stomach. I don't know what it was. I wasn't thinking about. Had my head down. They said to find yourself or whatever, something. So, and everything went blank, and then something went through me. It went through my stomach. I don't know what it had to be the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit. I don't know. That's all I can think of. So what went through me, I don't know. But I know there's more to this world than what we see.
I agree with
For
you.
sure. Huh?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, there is.
It's not the end. When we die, it's
Way.
not the end. I don't believe that's the end. I believe there's much more to it than this. But I think a lot of people are going to be deceived. Like it says, they're not going to be deceived. Even his elect aren't. Many will be deceived because the mark is coming. The mark of the beast is coming.
It says
And
everyone will be the Antichrist. You know, he'll be a great person, or that's the facade. You know, everyone will be fooled. So
yeah, I
that's
just want
what I
people to take
read
the mark of the
anyway.
beast because I think it's coming, but they're not going to see it. Like they're going to voluntarily take the mark. And people do all the time. They're already doing it. In other countries. And so it started. They're going to take the mark.
Well,
So they don't have to.
did you see that thing that I posted about microchipping people with mental disabilities and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they're going to do. All that. And see, that's the
Said
mark.
it was mandatory.
Yep.
Oh.
That's the mark. Because if you actually, what they're going to do is they're going to convince people that you need to do this to stay in tune with what's going
Your
on.
safety.
Your safety, your future. They're going to convince everybody that, hey, you got to take this because you're not going to survive otherwise. And that's how they're going to do it. Food, water, whatever. So I believe that they're going to use that.
Well, yeah, it have the mark. You can't buy, sell, trade, nothing.
Right, without it. So
right?
I believe that's what they're going to do. They're going to promote that, and they already are. They're already doing it. And so I don't know. That's going to happen. And people aren't going to realize they're going to go along with it because majority of people, you're like, oh my God, I can't buy something, they're just going to go along with it. They're not even going to understand that they're taking the mark of the beast. They don't even understand they're going to start worshiping that too. It's going to happen. And people are, I am not doing that. I'm not going to do that. I never will. It's not going to happen. I'll die first. Will. So, this is all coming to fruition, which most people do not realize. It's not, we're in these times. They don't understand that the technology and everything else is coming to fruition. We are here. It's not that we're, going to get there later. No, we're already here. And there's already transhuman. There's already artificial intelligence. There's already all these other things. There's already all that. There's robots already telling us that they're going to kill us. And it gets removed immediately.
I saw that.
It gets removed.
That is crazy. And the thing is that could really happen. Like group think so they could do that.
Yeah.
Take over.
They already plan on it. I mean, that's the funny thing about it, because they're already going to take over what they think. Okay, now this may not work for them, depending on what happens, but they believe that they're going to be able to take over your brain, my brain, humans, all across the world through maybe they'll just spray some stuff in the air. And now you're breathing it in. It's little particles that's going to go into your brain. Change it.
Nanoparticles. I mean, I know some people don't believe it. Some people trails.
So nobody, but see, that's what people have to realize. They're already doing it. It's already being done. And so until people realize, hey, wait a minute. These people are spraying us like bugs. Let's wake up and stand. We can take those in easily. Humanity we are large numbers. The pyramid gets to smaller and smaller numbers when you get to the top. So for the Rothschilds and the blah blah blah, Illuminati, whatever you want to say, they can be defeated tomorrow. Right now, it can be done. But we have to do it together. That's the problem. And people aren't focused on it. They're living on, the Kardashians or what's coming on TV tomorrow. They come home from work, turn on TV, watch some bullshit programming, and then go to bed. Well, that's their whole life. They don't understand anymore.
Yeah. They don't have time for it. It's an almighty dollar. Or I can't say anything. I mean, I don't watch TV. I don't water.
It's just a shame. It's a real shame.
Just back to what I said, they just don't care.
It's a real shame. No. It's a shame. It's a shame that people go.
If it's not affecting, if it's not affecting, if it's not their lives right that minute, then next fucking minute.
Yeah, it's just a real shame. Because everybody's just losing their damn minds, and they're not even understanding what's really going on. And really what's happening is a spiritual battle. I don't think people realize that, but it is. And it's good. It's kind of like, they always show you, like I always say, they always show you. So they're showing you stuff. all the time. Through
Yeah.
movies, programming, the TV, and they're
Simpsons.
showing that it's like Star Wars. It's good versus evil. It's the dark side. They have the dark side. The Emperor. You look at him. Look how evil he is. Look at then you look at it how evil he is. And then you look at the good side. So they're showing you both sides, which is crazy. Because why wouldn't anybody with a rational mind, go with the good side? Because people don't do that though. They're like, what can I get? F everybody else. That's what everybody thinks. Like, it's weird.
Stormtrooper. I want to be a stormtrooper.
Yeah, you want to be a stormtrooper? No, I want to be the Jedi. I want to be the guy who saves
Chewbacca.
Yeah, even him. I'd rather be him than the stormtrooper. Right? So it's funny because that's where we are now. It's like really people can't understand how much technology has gotten involved in everything and where we are. They're lost. They're out of touch with reality. They're not going to gain it. I don't know how they're going to gain it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you think, but I know what I think. I think that we're screwed. Because God, the only thing that's going to save us is God. Jesus Christ. It's the only thing that's going to save us from all this. So there's, I mean, that's what I believe in, but that's my belief. I don't see how we're going to get out of this. There's no way out of it. We're stuck in a slavery system where they rule us, control us. We're just sheep, and we're just useless leaders. We're just a bunch of the herd, and that's how they see us. And the elite, look at your dollar bill. It's got the pyramid on it. It's got basically the top of the pyramid lifting off. Right? So it's that right there just shows you. That
dollar bill has tons of.
But think of
the owl. It's got a.
Yeah, exactly. So can people see that? I don't know. People see that? No. I mean, how? I see it.
Yes, some can.
Well, I see it every day. I'm like looking at that going, what the fuck? But your average person will never understand it. They will never see it. They'll think you're crazy. You tell them that they're spraying our skies with chemicals.
Oh, I know.
You're aluminum. You're
no, I've encountered that in the past month. That I had someone. When Harvard came out and announced Operation Solar, maybe I could talk to him about it, and then come to find out I'm just a fucking lunatic, and I just, you know what? I give up. I really do is keep telling people what I know. If you, I don't give a shit. Whatever. I'm done going out of my way, really, to anymore. I just don't have the heart for it. I just fuck them, let them stay asleep. I've said this before. Attitude I had a year, stay asleep. Shit, that's people we got to deal with when the shit hits the fan. They'll just die. They'll be gone. And that's terrible. That's a terrible attitude to have, but that's with it.
Well, they will, and that's what'll happen.
Oh, don't. That's fine.
What'll happen? I mean, you're not saying something
that
you're not true. They will.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
don't
a
have time to
shame
waste.
because I pray for them people. I pray for them people. I pray for my enemies too. But I already know who my enemies are. I see who they are. That's the biggest thing is to see who they are. Who's against you? Who's fighting you? And I see that they're fighting me all. They'll fight me all the way. That's why I don't. You look at other channels and stuff, and they got like 100,000 subscribers or millions or whatever. It's because they're not really talking about anything that important. They're allowed to. When you bring up certain subjects, they won't they shut me down right away. I know that for sure. Otherwise, I would be a more popular. I'd be able to talk to people, and I might have 10,000 subscribers. But you're not going to get that because once you start talking about this kind of stuff, they don't like that at all, and they won't allow it. That's why my channel's never been allowed. I told them about talk about the FBI. I told them the ones that killed the Void, they're gonna pay, but they don't even understand how they're gonna pay. But they will, and so that's where I'm at. But they don't like that kind of transhumanism title of this video, whatever. They probably hate it.
No, you're right. I was to make a video showing people how to or something. I mean, a million hits or some stupid shit like that. Work in it or something stupid.
Right,
And
like
the more
some stupid thing will get like
the less
8,000.
they have to deal.
Go ahead. You're absolutely right. What you were saying.
I mean, they don't. They don't
They don't like what
read
we
anything.
see. If I say something about CERN, about them, trying to be gods, trying to create, this, recreate actually the Big Bang theory that they think can happen and all this other stuff. They're trying to do stuff that I don't even know, open dimensions that I don't know of. They're trying to do all this. They've been doing it for years, and it's no secret.
They're looking for dark. They're looking
Matter.
for dark matter.
Right.
Dark matter.
Dark matter. Right. What does that do?
I think
Antimatter. What does that do?
Yeah, they're gonna rip the veil and fuck up. They really are.
Antimatter. And you know what it talks about? Like when you watch Star Trek, and Spock has to go into the engine room. You know what that is? Antimatter. And he actually they talk about it in the movie. So you have to realize all this stuff because people don't put the things that each piece together. They're not connecting dots. When you're connecting the dots, you're connecting dots. Antimatter. He had to go in there, and when he opened it, it killed him. But yet he was still saved. Okay, somehow on another planet, where when his casket, his esophagus, whatever you want to call it, went there. So he was still alive though. At the end of the show, if you ever watch it, see. So they're already telling you stuff that most people can't comprehend, and they're already doing it. Antimatter does exist. We live in matter. Everything we see is actually matter. But antimatter is something we can't see. Right? So we can't see it.
Right.
We don't know what's there. But they can let it in. They're trying to open the abyss. I said that before. They're trying to bring in antimatter and to See, if you can harness antimatter, think what you can do with it. Think what they're thinking they can do with it. You got to think like they.
Well, they allegedly have little. They're trying to save that antimatter. You call it anyway. They're trying to find a way, but it keeps like they can't hold it. They can't contain it. But if they could, the power, I don't know, 10 times stronger than
Yeah, they
some
say
kind
they
of
can.
bomb. I don't.
They say they can. I say
Could
I know
blow
that
up like
they can only contain it for a very short period of time, so they
yeah.
can't actually keep it for very long. So that's why they can't harness it. But what they're going to
But
try to do,
if they could, it would be more powerful than a nuclear.
yeah. Oh, wait, way beyond that. A nuclear blast. Oh, antimatter was incredible. They could do with that if they could harness it, because they can use it for all kinds of things. But I think you look at Star Trek. Okay, Star Trek. They're telling you. It's in a movie telling you about antimatter and how
CERN is telling you.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, they've got the Shiva out. The
I know.
They've got it positioned just so when the sun sets that it's shielding
Shines a
in
light
the
shadow right on it.
logo. Right. The logo of CERN is 3 sixes.
Mhm. I know. It's all in your face, right?
It's death and destruction, the goddess of death, destruction, rebirth.
Right. Which would
That's
be,
what they want.
what could be the destruction of the earth, the rebirth of the earth. But you have to realize, hey, it's not a good idea to be destroying the earth. So, but I also I believe that actually that's going to happen. From what I understand, through what I've read, through Revelations, I understand that this earth is going to be destroyed and it's going to be restarted again. But what's going to happen is going to be like the time of Noah, but it's going to be fire, not flood. So if you understand Scripture, you're going to sit there and listen to Scripture or read Scripture, and you're going to understand that it's going to be by fire. It's not going to be flooded this time. So wait till you see fire. Then you better know it's coming. It says the next time he's gonna do it by fire.
Yeah. You know that
So,
Yellowstone been crazy. Yellowstone's acting like it to pop.
could go off. See, it might. That's something that it's God's will. But I believe that before in time, He already told us everything. Really, He told us everything. It's all written, and if most people don't believe that, but because they think it's just a man's writing or something. But I understand how I see it. It really is written, and it's predicting exactly what's going on. And I don't even understand how the dark side doesn't realize that. Like, they have to know that they're following a script too. You know what I mean?
Well, there's certainly signs in the heavens. Kinds of stuff.
So all this is coming down on humanity itself, which we have to realize. So in order to fix this stuff, because of the technology and everything else that's happening, I don't know if we can do it, or we may not be able to, but at least we can do a part of it. It's trying to fix humanity, because we have to get rid of all this stuff. There's no need for chips in people's brains and blah 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 and conversion machines. There's no need for any of that. Now there's technological advancement that I see is positive, but that is because it's something that's actually helping humanity, helping an elderly, or helping a veteran, or helping someone who needs that help. Hey, I'm game for that. I'm good for that. But what I'm not good for is the total takeover of humanity itself. Because what they're doing is artificial intelligence, IA, all these robots, and machines are going to take over. They're already talking about how it's going to take over, and it's very clear. It isn't going to be many years before this is going on. People are going to lie, "Yeah, you're stupid. You're some conspiracy theorist. Blah 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 blah." No, I'm not. Wait 10 more years. See what I'm telling you, and people then will see, "Oh my God, you're right." And it's the same thing about chemtrails. I've been talking about it for years. But I've been saying they've been spraying this for years, but no one believes it. So 10 years later, Art comes out and says, yeah, we're planning on, putting these chemicals in the sky, to block out the sun. Okay. But people still don't believe that, even though when they're telling you they are. What in the hell is wrong with you?
I know.
So
it's not healthy.
So it's like, really? Are you serious? No. Are you serious? Are you effing serious?
Oh my God, you sound like Paul Begley.
Well, I don't know.
Serious?
All I know, I digress. Yeah, are you serious? Yeah, I didn't even mean to say that. Now I thought about that, and I'm like, yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Don't do that. He'll be
Are
on
you
you
serious?
for
No, he'll copyright me or something.
Yeah.
Sue me.
Yeah, he'll make you pay him.
Right.
He'll make
I'll
you
have to pay
him.
him because I said, "Are you serious?"
Shit.
Funny. But see, that's how the world works, man. And so, someone like that, if he sued me for that, that would just show how on the dark side he is. Wouldn't matter to me. That would just expose him for being evil.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't surprise me either. But I didn't even
It
mean
can't
to say that.
show.
I had no intention. When I said that, it had nothing to do with that. That's what came out on that. I said, "Are you serious?" Well, okay. Are you serious? Now I'm sounding like him. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with simple things. To me, it's more simple than most people understand, because I understand. Hey, this world isn't what we think it is. So I'm gonna believe. I believe in Jesus. I really do. And I feel it. I've seen it. It's happened to me in my dreams, I guess. If you want to call it that, whatever. Yeah, he saved my butt, and he saved my ass more than once. So I believe in it. And maybe if that didn't happen, I wouldn't. But maybe I'm just meant to be that way. It's my calling. That's what I was supposed to do. Jesus came and he told me, he fought over my soul, right above my head, and that was incredible. Most people don't ever have that experience. I don't think. Where actually,
Never had that experience.
it was me. I was going to hell, or I was going with God. I was going with Christ, and He saved my butt, and He won the battle. I was praying out to Jesus. I mean, I swear to you. I prayed and prayed out to Him, save me. Prayed. I knew I was at the verge of being, on the other side, and I did not want to be there. So when I prayed out, He gave me alcohol. I woke up in a full sweat. That was true as true can be. And I gave myself there. I guess that's a good thing. But
Yeah.
most people won't believe that. They'll think, it's a lie. You're just illusion. You're dreaming. Well, yeah, I guess I was dreaming, but whatever that was more real than. Why did I wake up in a full sweat? Why was I
Right.
soaked to my bone? Why was it like that? I don't know. I can't explain it. So when I woke up, I was soaked. I know it was real. I was real. I had to give up and just give up to Him and say, hey, you got it. Now, and the other time this happened to me, when, like I said, which is the truth, when something went through my stomach at that church, and it was a small church, when that went through me, there was no doubting something. Okay, I can't say then that there's nothing, because something went through me, right? So I would be a liar if I said nothing happened. Because it did. It did happen. Something went through my stomach. And it made me know something I don't even know. I don't know. It was God. It was the Holy Ghost or whatever it was. I don't even know. Okay? I can't answer the question. I don't know who it was or what it was. But all I know is it did happen. And I cannot deny that. So
I had
Bible,
a I had a similar. Well, I don't know. I don't think it was. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I was like having a particularly bad day. I had my son, his dad. He's passed. He was anyway. His name was Brian. All of a sudden, I just turned the radio on, and this on that he like put on a mixtape or something for me back in high school or something. And moment, I felt something go through my whole body, like my whole body had chills. It was the weirdest. I mean, if it was it might have been a ghost, but that feeling in your stomach, I do know what you're talking about because I don't care what anybody says. Something that day went right through me. It like took my breath away.
took your
Like
breath
it almost makes me cry. Yeah, thinking about it. Another side that we can't see.
away. There is. There's another side that we don't see. I believe that, and I think that whatever happened to me that day is probably the same type of thing that happened to you. Or it came through me. It just showed me, hey,
It was
there's more to this life
weird.
than you think there is. That's what it's told me. It's like, all right, there's more to this than you know. I didn't ever thought about it at the time. I just took it as what happened. But as I got a little bit older and I wisened up a little bit, I started figuring things out. I figured out that that was serious. It was no joke. But that was real. And what that meant was a lot because when God in okay, when this happened over my head, it was amazing. Okay, I know it was maybe just was a dream or whatever. I know it was maybe trying to say that, and I understand that. And maybe it was just a dream. Maybe it was a dream. I don't know. All I know is that Jesus came out of one side and Satan, Lucifer came out of the other side. And they clashed above my head, over my soul. That's over my soul. Now, if it was a dream or reality, I don't know. All I know is I woke up in cool sweat. I was soaked. And I know that God won. That's what I remember. That I prayed that to Jesus saved me from the devil. Because they wouldn't take my soul. They wouldn't going to take my soul. And I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go to the dark side. So I prayed and he saved me. So that was interesting. And that was a dream, I guess. I don't know what it was. It may have been a dream, may have been whatever. I don't know. I don't know what it was. All I know is that's what happened. That's what people need to realize. That happened. In real life, real time. I was laying in bed and this happened to me. And I didn't have faith. I didn't even have any belief in the Lord or Jesus or anything like that God was real when this happened. So when it happened, I was completely out of thinking about stuff like that, right? Like, because you when you think about things, you're more in tune to it, right? So I'm thinking about maybe a car, my dog, or whatever. I'm in tune to that. I was not in tune to that when it happened at all. I had no. There was nothing before it or after it. Really, it was just that's what it was. That's what was amazing about it. Because I never thought about God. I didn't think at that time I was a atheist, basically. I didn't really believe in it. And then it happened. And when I saw that happen right before my eyes, in my mind, it was in a dream maybe, I guess. But it was still incredible. It was absolutely incredible. Because Jesus came out of the Mayan calendar, and Satan came out of the Salvador Dali came out of above my head. They literally clashed above me. And then they fought over my soul. And that's actually really what happened in my memory of it. When I saw this happen right before my eyes, and I woke up in a pool of sweat. When I woke up, I was soaked. The bed was soaked. I mean, I was literally in a pool of sweat. It was literally that bad. I mean, a pool of sweat. It was amazing. But whatever I witnessed and had dealt with at that moment was really incredible. I don't know what it was. Divine experience for me to see that, and maybe that was the Lord showing me, hey, I saved you. You're saved. That's what I believe. That He saved me. He showed me. He saved me. He won. But I don't still know if I'm righteous enough to even to do His will. I don't know. I'm like, wow, that was real. That was crazy. And that's what woke me. I was awake about 9/11 after it happened. I realized that. But I didn't realize a lot of things. And then as time went on, after I realized that this was a line, the government's lying to me, then I woke up, and then I really found God. That's what happened to me. I really found that Christ is real. It's real. What they say is not true. Read the Bible, it's not true. And everything that I've witnessed everything that I've witnessed through time is just like right on, it's just like right on the Bible. Everything that's happening. So, but many won't believe that, and that's okay. If they don't believe it, it's okay. If you don't believe that the Bible's real and like what I see in it, like when I read it and I see exactly what's happening in the world, it's like it's so incredibly connected that I don't see how anybody can see it. But many won't, and even God's elect.
It does seem to be going by the playbook. Can't deny the of what's going on to what's talked about.
No.
And I'm not really believe in religion.
I'm not a religion. No, it's not a religion to me.
Saying I don't believe in God.
I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. It's not a religion. That's where people go wrong. Because it's not about religion. It's about what really is the truth. So throughout humanity, throughout time, religion has been used as a tool. So it's better not to use religion as a tool. You don't. I don't believe in that at all, and I think it's bad. And I believe in things that I've seen myself. Like that's what I believe. So when I saw that happen to me, right in front of before my eyes, and everything right in front of my head, above my head, claiming that this happened, well, I don't know what happened, but most people won't see that because they won't even listen to that because they think it's crazy. That was that really happened. It's not fake. I didn't make that up. I really didn't, and that's the truth. But people will go and say that's fake, making that up, false prophecy, blah blah blah. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Because I witnessed this happening to me when I was falling away from the Lord. When actually that happened, and it was like telling me, "Hey, I am real. This is real." That's what it was telling me. And I was like, "Okay, I'm saying you're real. Okay." Because there's no way otherwise it would happen. There's things that he does that people don't realize. And they never will be able to understand how he influences your life. He's influenced all our lives. And everything you've done, I've done, everything. It's all being seen, witnessed. It's all being done. And a lot of it's being written in the book of life. But not everybody believes that. So it's okay if they don't. I can't change it. I know God's good. It's definitely good. And so I'm a believer. Definitely in Jesus. Definitely in what He's done to save us from all the world. Save us from the world. Save us from the world. Most people don't understand. That's okay. But when you understand that you are being saved from all this wickedness in this world, you're gonna see. People don't understand eternity either. Eternity is forever. It's forever. So you want to spend the rest of your life in hell forever? You want to spend eternity in hell? Who wants to do that? Nobody. Do you think someone that really understands this would want to do that? I want to spend eternity in heaven. And doesn't mean I'm ever going to get there. It doesn't mean I'm there. Just because I claim to be I have faith in Jesus and stuff, doesn't mean I'm going to get stuff. I think it's going to be a helpful process, so that maybe I can spend eternity in heaven. Because think about the other option. I could possibly spend eternity in hell. So I'll be stuck there forever. In hell. Who wants to do that? Right? So to me, the simple option is to spend it in heaven. Who would want to spend it in hell?
They're gonna be right here. Probably everybody gets left behind here. This is hell.
So basically, that's where I'm at. Anybody can. I just want to let everybody know, and everybody knows. I love everybody. See, I love everybody, but everyone wants to fight over stupid stuff. I see all stupid shit on the internet all the time. It's like, are you serious? Are you being dumb? What the hell is wrong with you? You need to do something to figure out what the hell your problem is. It's all a bunch of BS all the time. I'm not against anybody.
You just gotta not. Don't let it get. Fuck it. You can't. You
I just
can't
get
convince
frustrated.
them.
He gets frustrated because I'm like, these people. Some people are smart. Some people are.
Don't let them take your energy. Don't let the dumb one keep your energy. You need that way to dumb people.
Like when you met me, you always told me, I like this guy because he's like honest or something. I don't remember, whatever it was. I used to subscribe to me or something. But it doesn't even matter.
Right.
That's cool and everything. And I like people who are open-minded and not closed-minded people who cannot see what's really going on in this world. And that's
Well, we've talked about all kinds of shit. We can talk about anything. That's
absolutely. That's why I like it. I love about talking to you is anything.
and Aaron. Yeah, and the same with Aaron Cox. I can talk to him. Like he can go wherever.
Yeah, we go wherever. And that's good. Because we're not like destroying each other over what we think. And other people think
Oh, that's great because like I can't talk town. Like I mean, even people that I've known for years, and they're just so. I mean, like I don't even enjoy having fake, shallow conversations anymore. I just don't. With it, I can't stomach it. I just
fake, shallow conversation doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. My sister's in my community on Google now, the one that you're in, Liberty or Death. Ask her, man. I am so, and it's because I don't have the tolerance, and I can't fake it anymore, and I don't like faking it. I don't like talking stupid bullshit to people. I don't talk to them. I'll see right past them. I just can't deal with it anymore. I really can't. Bad.
Well, when you're real,
or the people are getting.
When you're real, you just tell the truth. People either can take it or not, and take it or leave it. Just tell the truth.
Most can't take it.
You just gotta tell the truth. And if they can't take it, then they need to move on or move back to where their false reality is. But when you tell the truth, people are freaked out about it. I mean, I can't tell the truth to nobody. I can't talk to, my family. I can't talk to my brother, my mother, Anybody I have left in this world, I can't tell that because they think I'm crazy. They actually think I'm
I can
absolutely
talk to
nuts.
my sister. I can talk to my sister. My sister actually had to do. I mean, I'm sure you know
Yeah.
she had to go to
So
jail for a
your
little while,
sister,
and went to jail. I was telling her about the New World Order. I was telling her about all kinds of stuff. So she's gone 2 years, and now she's come back, and she's looking at everything, and had been looking while she was in there. About she was like, you're right. So I, my mother, I can't talk to her. The only thing that she on my support of the Bundys. I didn't really agree with anything else like chemtrails, but she does. My patriotism is okay, and with the Bundys, she thinks that's a terrible thing. But other than that, I don't even bother. Relatives,
yeah,
they don't.
well, talk about transhumanism. Talk about robotics. Talk about how they're going to take over in the next 15, 20 years. The robots are going to take over.
Than that, then they're gonna put me in a nut house. me up.
And
So
I
I'm
mean,
not
they're
gonna
going to
do
put me in that
that.
house, right? They're going to say I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy at all.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. Yeah, of course robots are going to take over. Don't you think artificial intelligence? They already have all that stuff. Why do they show movies like RoboCop or Terminator or any of those things? They show it on purpose because they're predicting what
Well,
they're going to do.
yeah,
And you know
there's
what?
another
All
one
humans
that
that are left
just
because they
came
killed
out.
so many of us. Yeah, see, they killed so many human beings that it's not even funny. It's not even funny how many millions and billions of people died due to them. And then they're running the show. And then they're gonna do the whole transhumanism thing. You're gonna have to merge a machine. Well, that's the mark of the beast, man. You're gonna have to take the smart to buy or sell. What it says in the Bible. It's exactly what it says. And
Hand or
so,
the forehead. Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna take the mark, and they're gonna do it in a way that people voluntarily do. That's how it works. Because it's not going to be they're going to force you to do it.
Be like a laser. It'll be some kind of tattoo, like a barcode or some shit.
Right, it's going to be in your
It
hand.
doesn't really even
Well, they're
hurt.
already doing it. They're doing it in Sweden and other places right now, where you have to. The only way, because they're saying the crime's so bad because of the Muslims, that you have to take the mark basically because they don't want you to get robbed, right, on the street, through your street, your purse. So now everybody's going to mark. So that now you don't have to worry about anybody robbing you because it's in your hand. That's how they're using it.
Oh, now you got to worry about somebody cutting your
Hand off. Right. Well, in a situation where it's like that, they might cut your hand off. Because then they can go scan with your hand. All right, I got your hand. But is the temperature right? Who knows what the biometrics is? So, see?
That's true.
That's all ridiculous.
That's true. Didn't think about that.
So you got to think about all the things, the aspects of it. But really, what I'm saying is, forget all that. I'm going to let all that go. The mark of the beast, I know it's coming. Okay? It's going to be buying and selling. It's going to be the economy. It's going to be trade. It's going to be all that. When that comes down, which, it's going to happen sooner or later. You need to be ready for it because it's going to be amazing what's going to happen. People aren't ready for it. not ready for it. And I'm not ready for it. To be honest, I'm not. I'm not at all ready for it. I'm still going along with traditional, thinking, right? Like, I'm going to invest this money here. I'm going to put it in a 401k, or I'm going to or an IRA, or blah 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 blah, right? And so I'm thinking like that because I got money to do that. But I don't even know if that's any good. I mean, I might have to do something else with the money, to make it give me some kind of future. So, you know what I mean? Which I'm not even care about because everybody's so greedy and worries about money and everything else. It's so ridiculous. I understand beyond that, but if I have to think about that and have to think about how I'm going to invest some money I got for my family, then I'm going to have to do it the right way. I don't want to do it the wrong way. Because then I'm disrespecting my family. So I'm just going to try to do it the right way, invest it the right way. Maybe it'll be okay. The way it is now is just the way it was. So it's okay. I'm not going against doing it different, but I may use some of it and actually invest it into ways that I can really make a lot of money. But that's okay because if I did, I would give it to you. Because there's nothing I can do with it. I mean, I can't take it with me. So I can't take the money with me. It's not that. There's children starving in other countries right now that should be taken care of. There's no reason why in the world that they should be hungry. It's only the evil.
They're starving here, and children starving here too.
Yeah, all over. Starving children.
We got
And
veterans in the street.
That should not be even a scenario that could ever happen. There should never be a starving child anywhere in this world. Because we have enough for everybody. But the evil ones will take it away, make those people suffer, and kill millions of people for their agenda. And that's evil. That's all there is to it. People don't see it. It's amazing how people can't see how evil this is. There's no reason. Any of those children you see in Afghanistan or wherever, they're starving, Africa, their bones are still falling. There's no reason. There's no reason for it. That's stupid. We can fix all that today. Today we can fix it. But yet we don't. Why? Question that.
Because we're in the depopulation agenda. Depopulation.
Right. Get rid of humanity. That's what they want to do. And then when they bring in the artificial intelligence, they're going to take over humanity and they're going to take over everything that we do. So people aren't wise enough to understand that. They're not. And they're going to lose out on what's happening for real because they're not smart or they're not educated or not awake or whatever it is that you want to call it. They are losing out because they're not going to see what's happening. Humanity is going to be totally changed at this point of where we're going. No one sees it. That's the biggest thing that's the problem. We are going off the rails, and okay. But everybody wants to everything's cool.
I think they're gonna.
Everybody wants to
Guess with the alien encounter, and something I don't know about this Nibiru, Planet X, whatever they call it. They're gonna tie that shit into it. So
It's not there. That's
we'll
fake.
see what happens.
Well, that's fake, but because it's just a distraction. So they want everybody thinking about this planet's coming. They want everybody thinking about, oh, they're hiding it. Oh, no, they're not. It's the same bull crap. You know, everything's a deception. So you're being deceived because they say this planet. Oh, we're hiding it. We're hiding the planet by chemtrails. We're hiding the chemtrail to hide the planets. No, that's not true. The chemtrails and all that shit is terraforming the planet. It's blocking out the sun. It's changing temperature. It's changing a bunch of other things that are going to work out to be. They're going to work out to be basically where the Nephilim, the fallen angels, are going to be. The way I think about it is that they're going to be comfortable with it. So we're trying. I think what these people are doing is they're trying to make it comfortable or get the environment right for that to happen. So over time, they're doing this. So we see the transformation of the environment, which the honeybees are dying. They got genetically modified bees. Genetically modified bugs.
And corn is genetically modified. All corn, all wheat.
So everything's genetically modified. They're going to genetically modify everything to the point where nothing's natural. So there's nothing natural. So we're not natural when we eat the stuff. We're not natural anymore. So they're modifying the world to comply with these fallen angels. It's what I believe. I could be wrong. I believe that's the truth. And then, see, they're trying to give them that leeway so that they can go ahead and do all that stuff. But eventually, God's going to come back. That's what's going to happen. It talks about it in Revelations over and over again. It talks about it. All you got to do is look in the Bible. And read. And they'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. You know what the funniest thing about it is? It's so clear. In the readings of the Bible of how exactly this is going to happen, but nobody can see it. Why? Because I can see it. It's so clear. It's telling you exactly what's happening, but yet no one can see it. I don't know why. Oh, I guess I know why. Because it does say, the elect will lead you to see. So the people who realize that all this is happening, they're going to use this in the end. So as much as they think they're smart, they're going to be deceived. And that's what it says. Now, I don't doubt so far anything that the Bible has taught me, because I've learned a lot. And actually take in what they receive from it, which I have. See, reading it on your own is different than like just listening to someone telling you that. So what you have to do, you have to read it for yourself. Just read it, pick it up, read it. Start reading the Bible, and then then it'll come to you. And then like, all right, then it'll come to you. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it means. Why?
Make sure it's the old time.
Yeah, even the Old Testament or even the New Testament gives you pretty much what's going on. So either one of them gives you what's going on, but it's just how you interpret it, how you take it. And so I've gone through it. I'm like, wow. And I sit there and I think about this. I think about what's being the deception, how people are being deceived, how people, the devil is really taking over, this world, and how we are. We need to really think about what's happening in the world. We don't. Most people don't. They don't think about that. They think about, I gotta go to work tomorrow or whatever. Yeah. So do I. I have to go to work the day. I don't have to go to work tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow I do, and I have to get up at 6, 5, 4, 4:45 in the morning, whatever. Okay, go to do my job. I already realize the deception. We're not free. None of us are.
No.
We're not free. And everybody thinks about all these stuff where they think they're, free. They're not free. That's the thing they don't understand. You're not free. You are a slave. All you do is work and you make them money. You make the look at the back of your dollar bill. Look at the pyramid on your dollar bill. That's all you gotta do. But no one seems to understand that.
You got to think about it differently, though. Not it quite like that. I mean, I know that we're not free. I mean, I know right down shit.
We are not
know
free.
all that. It's in your mind, free, but you're as free as you allow yourself to be. You can't focus on that. You just can't. You have to free as you want to be in your own day.
Well, I was free. I'm as free as I'm out.
You gotta separate yourself. Separate yourself to be seen. You have to do it.
I'm as free as I'll ever be, but that's about it. I'm only as free as I can be right now. And I can't be free if I'm held down by taxes and lawyers and judges and blah 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 blah. So I'm not free. And you know what's not free? It's the fact
won't last forever.
I mean, I'm not free.
It's not gonna last forever.
But I'm not really free. That's the problem. I'm not really free. I wish I was free of all this stuff. But I'm not free of taxes. I'm not free of things I have to do that I'm pretty much made to do. And that's not free. So people need to understand what freedom is. You don't even understand that. They believe freedom is paying taxes and worshiping their government or whatever. But that's not free. At all. So anybody who says that, is kind of crazy. It's not free. You're not free. You have to pay your government and you have to worship your government and you have to pay them. You're not free. You're not a free human being. Not at all.
But you can't. Though you gotta just push it. It is what it is for now.
Well, it's freedom. It's serious. It's just down. It comes to me. It comes down to that. Are you free or not? And we're not. And so people need to understand that we're not free, and they need to realize that it's government in this world. It's not on their side. We're not free. So anybody who claims to be free, not, unless they're living in Acapulco somewhere or something, and they don't have no judgment. You know, it's different. That might be free.
You are only free mentally, right? We're only free mentally. We can't. You have to come down to earth every once in a while, but
yeah, well, we need to come down to earth. That's what we need to come down to earth. And realize that we're not, because that's the only way anything's going to change. We're not free. So when people realize that we're not free, and they realize all the mind control and all the games and all the other stuff, then we might be able to have a chance to be free. But maybe then, maybe. Until then, people need to understand we're not free. We're not free people.
no, because they're going to keep manipulating the system and the matrix, and they're just going to stay.
Yeah, stay right on in the whole system.
They're going to release. I want to see what happens when they release this 5G. We're in serious trouble.
5G is going to be a big deal. Well, you know, see what the mind control game that's going to do on your brain. You got 5G. Oh, I got 5G technology. What's it going to do to your brain?
Yeah, people are going to be loving it. Yeah, they're going to really be for it, though. It's going to be.
I know. They'll be for it, but it's going to destroy them. It's going to destroy their brain. Where are they going to go? With 5G. Every time, all this technology. That's what's going to happen. Technology.
And the internet, you know how the internet, the scientists at CERN developed it as a way to share information with each other and decided to release it to the world. And now look at us.
Well, I know. Yeah, I'm just yawning. I'm yawning.
YouTube.
I'm getting tired. But, you know, hey, we're talking about something that's more real than most people will ever about. I'm telling you that right now. Check out YouTube. No one's going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about CERN and alternate realities. And they're not going to talk about things like transhumanism because that's far off. Okay? I'm gonna get probably booted off of YouTube. You know, there's never gonna get. I'm not gonna get any likes. No one's ever gonna watch my shit. So you know that.
Okay.
And
all
I don't
right.
care.
We don't care.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny.
We're just talking. Yeah, we're just talking.
I think it's so funny that they're not gonna, you know, my show's not anything I ever say is not gonna get promoted. But it's okay because it's funny. Because you know, I watch these other people, but yet they're not really telling the truth. It's kind of like they're kind of telling the truth, but not really. So they don't want the real truth to come out. So if I try to talk about that stuff, then I get banned totally. I think that there's no way my channel will ever make. But other ones like make it somehow. You know what I mean? Like they get hundreds of thousands of viewers, but for some reason, like Richie from Boston, Nicholson, all these other ones, they get a lot of views. I'll never get the views. I don't really care. Doesn't matter. I do care because I want people to realize the truth. And the truth is that,
Well, at least you know you tried.
well, I know, I want to try.
You should feel good that you tried.
Well, it should be easy that I should have more than any viewers that I have. You know what I mean? But it's only like, I don't have no viewers, so you're just like one of the
We
only
don't have any viewers.
You're the only viewers I have. You're one of the only viewers I have.
Well,
And isn't that amazing? Because that's what amazes me, because I talk about reality and true stuff, right? This is really true. What's happening now is absolutely true. I wouldn't be lying about it. Why should I lie about it? I would never have a reason. The truth is that things are really evolving and changing, and I should be able to see that. And I'm on YouTube or your YouTube or whatever you're watching, you should be able to see that those things are changing for the better. We should all be able to see. But it's not exactly that way. So I have to talk about it. And I don't want to lose anybody by talking about that. Right? Let's talk about reality. Let's talk about the fact that there's transhumanism. It's real. Transhumanism is real. That's the name of the video. That's what I put on the video. That's absolutely true. People think that's a joke. It's not a joke. People need to realize that transhumanism is real and it's happening now. And there's no funny business about that. I'm not saying anything is stupid. I'm saying reality. Reality is transhumanism is on our way. The artificial intelligence, everything else is right in front of our face, but yet everybody wants to lie. They want to go, it's not real. So it is real. It's coming.
I agree. It's gonna be interesting.
It's going to be really. Well, I just want to let everybody know that listen, all this stuff is coming to fruition, and everybody thinks it's a joke. So, for all you folks out there who think it's a joke, that this is coming to fruition, you better check this. It's not a joke. Everything that's happening is happening for a reason. I want to let everybody else know that I love them out there. Awesome. And everybody else that realizes that this is where we are. It's not a joke. It's transhumanism. It's the mark of the beast, which is happening right in front of our very eyes. People aren't seeing. I see it. So it's very simple for me. Most people don't see it because I don't even know why. They don't see it. But the mark is here. It's coming. And everybody's gonna take it, and they're gonna be willing to take it and not even know they did it. So when this comes, it's happening now.
See, that's what I think they're going to do. They're going to give it to us. We're not even going to know.
No,
I'm afraid of.
no. Most people will not know that they're taking the mark of the beast. They will not know that because it's a normalcy bias thing where it's like normal. You know what I mean? You follow what everybody else does. Well, that's what they're going to do. And you're going to take the mark of the beast. And then all of a sudden you got it. You know what I mean? Now you're done. You got it. You can't back off. You can't go back. You already took it because it's the mark. This is what it talks about in Revelation over and over again. But nobody reads the Bible. That they have to read the Bible. If you read the Bible, it will tell you exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly the scenario. Is what's going to happen. So, what do you think about that? What do you think about exactly the scenario? Over and over and over. It's exactly the same scenario.
Yeah. You're right.
Who's gonna take that up? Because someone has to realize that that's just the same scenario that they're being told over and over again. And when that happens, we're gonna be like freaked out about it. Like okay, well, God said, hey, and so here we are. So I want to see people go through that. I want to see over and over again. He's already told you what's going to happen. Same scenario, and then I want to see people go through it because they are not ready for that. They're not understanding that. Hey, he just gave you a scenario. He's telling you what's going to happen. People do not understand. So everybody in the world is going to go. Let's say you got the scenario right now. You got it running. It's running right now. Scenario that people are going to live forever with. Let's go these. See,
I don't want to live forever.
well, you have an idea of what I'm saying. Because see, what happens is you have eternal life. I believe you're gonna either live forever, or you're gonna be damned to hell. So you have two
I'll live
choices.
forever here.
I know you have two choices. You're gonna live through heaven, through Jesus. You're gonna live through Jesus, or you're gonna be condemned to hell. You have two choices. So each person has to make that choice on their own. Whether you want to be a part of heaven or part of hell. I think you need to make that choice. Each person does. So I think that's what really has to happen. Make your choice. Are you going to go with heaven, or you're going to go with hell, or Christ? I'm going to go with Christ. I'm going to go with Jesus. I'm going to find my way there, and I'm not going to go the other way. So no matter what someone says, I'm going to deny them that. I'm going to go with the best thing that I can see, which is basically, I have to go with Christ. So that's going to happen for me. But, and so, like, a lot of people care about so much stuff, like your money, your oh, I gotta, have this or have that, right? I inherited a bunch of money, okay? Doesn't matter. None of the money matters.
None of it matters. Everybody thinks that matters to me, or something, or whatever people may think. I don't even give a shit what people think. So it doesn't matter because none of that matters. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Blah blah blah. Right. So now I've got a couple $100,000. You know what I can do with a couple $100,000. What's that? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. I got
Right.
a couple $100,000, but but people don't think. To me, that doesn't matter because it doesn't make any difference about what my life really truly is. Because everybody's like, oh, you got this, you got that. No, I don't care about that. I don't care about the money. That's an area. That's the funny thing. Because I should be like thinking about, oh, I got $200,000. I can do all this stuff with all this money. I can put $200,000. I can buy a house and live in the Caribbean or whatever, right? Nope, none of that actually applies. Doesn't even apply to my situation. So I don't actually care. So that's the weird thing about this. I don't care about that. You can give me, I've got, all that money, whatever I get, I can do whatever I want. Guess what? None of it matters. None of it actually matters. And that's the most amazing thing about it. Because I can say, well, hey, I've got a couple $100,000. I'm gonna go to the Caribbean or whatever and spend my couple $100,000 and do whatever. That doesn't mean anything. I want to do what's right. And so forget about all that. Forget about the money. Forget about the dollar amounts. I don't care about that. So like most people don't understand. They care about the dollars. They care about the dollar amount. They care about the money. I don't care about that. Realize that most people all they care about is I have got
That's right.
a couple $100,000 that I don't have to. That's mine. Free and clear. Right? A couple $100,000. That I can spend any way I want to. But I'm not going to spend it because that's not me. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to use it in a positive way. I wish I could use it, and I know I will. But whatever was given to me, I didn't ask for it. It was just given to me. So I didn't ask for it. But some people will never get anything out of their parents or their lives. And what they'll get, a pocket knife or something. They'll get a material thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll get a material thing, and that's all they'll ever get. Now, with my situation, I got $100,000 to do whatever I wish with. So I inherit all this money. It's not a lot of money. It's $100,000. But to give me a couple $100,000 myself is a lot. It's to me, it's a lot of money for me to deal with. So I just like, all right, I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about the money. Forget it. I don't even care about it. I really don't. I don't care about it. It's not about that. So everybody's all the money, money. I don't care about the money, to be honest. I don't. And everybody's like, thinking about the money. That's a problem. Everybody thinks about money and about what they can get out of money. I don't care about that. It doesn't even matter to me. You know what matters to me the most is that it was done. What I want to see done is I want to see righteous things done. I want to see it done in a right way. And so when my dad passed away, I was pissed off because I know it's not being done the right way, and it's not righteous the way it's been done. And so I know it'll work out, and it'll be okay, and it'll all work out. But it's going to take me a little while to make that happen. That's the problem. It's going to take me a while to make that happen because the righteousness part of it is what people need to understand. I want everybody to realize, hey, be righteous, be of God, be of your Savior, do the right thing. Don't do the wrong thing. Don't be greedy. I don't care about the money. It doesn't matter to me. It does not matter. I don't care about that. It's not about that. It's about what's right and wrong. And that's really what it's about. So it's just about right and wrong. There's nothing in between. So it's right and wrong, and let's just do what's right and wrong. And people won't do that because they're too afraid of simple things like that. Well, I don't even understand how people can't understand right and wrong. But it happens every day. They don't understand it. Yeah. It just happens all the time. And I'm looking for right and wrong. And I found it. You'll find it. We all find it eventually. But right and wrong is right and wrong. And so we're out here looking, at least I am, looking for righteousness and to find what's truth and what's happened with my dad and everything else and his state and all this stuff. Really, I'm just looking for the truth and right and wrong. Right, wrong. What's right? I just want what's right to be done. So I don't care about money. I don't care about none of that. All I want is what's right. Nothing else. So
I think I faded out there for a second. My signal. Sorry.
no, it's all good. It's just that everybody needs to realize that. Everybody needs to realize that because everybody needs to understand that there's two different worlds here, and everybody needs to respect the fact that we don't want to offend anybody. Okay? You?
Do I?
No, you don't want to offend nobody. Absolutely not.
Depends on the topic.
Well, maybe. But, you try not to, right? You really try not to.
No, I try not to. But
You try to just do a good job and tell the truth. So that's about what it works out to be. Anyway, the point of it is that we try to move on and not stop people from telling the truth. This is the truth. People don't want to hear anything about reality. So what's really weird about it for me is that people just shut off. They shut down. They don't want to understand. But see, the truth will set you free, but they don't want to see it. So they're not going to allow that to happen. You know? So they're just going to shut down, hold out. No truth. The truth will set people free. Eventually. It's going to happen. It's not something that will be given out or wheeled out, I guess. I guess it should be. I think the truth is hard for me. Anyway, I'm battling on. I am. So, but anyway, I want to let you know, everybody else is listening to this. I love you, everybody. You know, we're all supposed to be on the same team. We have to be. We will make a difference. I guarantee you. We will. And I love Linda, and it's awesome to have you on my side. I really appreciate that.
Yep. On your team, buddy.
All right. Well, that's awesome. I love that. I want to stop this live stream. Let me tell you, man, it's amazing to have good people on my side. I can see who is here, who's
It's
not.
nice.
You're awesome, man.
It's nice to talk about real stuff. Yeah, it's nice.
Yep.
Buddy, that's for sure.
A lot of people won't, but let them go where they go. And it's okay if they don't want to talk about it, but I just love when people talk about and actually handle the truth. And that's what most people can't do. So when the truth comes out, people are really talking about truth. People are so afraid to talk about it or to see it. So, when the truth comes out, people are talking about it. I like to hear that. I want to see more people fix problems. We need to fix it. But we're not doing that. We're condemning it, but we're not really fixing it. So we have to kind of look at it like that. We condemn it, but yet we're not really fixing it. So we're working on it. But I think that's a good positive thing. Okay? We're condemning it. I'm condemning it. But now we're going to work on it and try to make it a better situation. So that's what we should do. I think there's a lot to it.
That's all we can do.
So I think there's a lot to it more than most people realize, but or understand. But that's where we are now. So we're just going to try to move forward with it and make it positive, a positive situation where we're going to, make things happen because there's so much deception and so much everything else right now, okay, in the world that people aren't going to see it. We just don't see it. That's the whole thing. What did it say before? People will just be deceived, you know, and they will. And I'm telling you, they will be deceived. And it's going to come to a time where everybody's going to be deceived. But what the Lord told you was it was his elect that won't. But but it also says that many of his elect will be deceived. So what it's saying right there is simple. Many of the elect will be deceived. And that means even me or you can be deceived. And so, so that's what that means. So basically, all of us can be, but if we see through it, we'll see it. Like, hard to say, right? How to say this, but when you see something go wrong, you're gonna see it. We're gonna see it, okay? And basically, the elect will be what he does say. Jesus, that's on his own words. Will be deceived. Many will be deceived because they're not going to see it. That's the problem. They're just going to like not understand that. Okay, you've just been deceived. You know what I mean? You're playing around and you're a junkyard. Well, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So really, what's going to go on is everybody's going to be like deceived from the elect. Well, we might be playing around and all that stuff's cool, and that's cool. But the people who need to know, like me or you, we really are the elect. I believe. At least I believe I am, because I know that I see through it. The garbage, junk, I'm seeing right through it. And I'm going to be important. It's important. And that's how it's going to be. Deception. Deception is going to be through artificial intelligence, I believe. So when
I agree with you.
do you agree? I mean, I don't know. I think it's what the deal is. You're going to be artificially.
I agree.
Well, Linda, you know that I truly love you. Okay, you know that, right?
I do. I love you too.
So you truly know that, right? It's not a joke.
Yes, I know.
I want you to know that.
I love you too, bro. I do.
I really mean that. It means a lot to me to talk to. You know, someone like you got a lot of pride. You're a strong woman. You got, you're amazing. So that right there by itself tells me I know that there's something that's supposed to be completed, done. There's something about that. So when I talk to you, I know that I've got someone that is a witness, really, to what's happening. You're a witness. You see it, don't you?
I
You
do.
see it. It's like,
Yeah. Much.
right. Well, that's right. You're going to see too much.
Yep.
Because that's what's going to happen. You know? So, all right, then we're like, all right, we realize this. Look. So we're here. We're here. Time is already what it
Yeah.
is. But anyway, all right, that's good. I want to let you know that I love you. You're awesome. You're a wonderful person. You need to know that you are. You're amazing. You're amazing in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you anything.
Oh, thank you.
But I really mean that. You're really an amazing person. Amazing person that I've met. That I really love and care. That's important. Right?
Thank you, Tom.
I really do. I mean that. It's not a joke. I mean it. You're a great person. You have a wonderful personality. We actually somehow connect, on many ways. We do. Really connect. So that's really good. That's something that's almost impossible. You think about the whole world, the universe. But there's something to that. There's a reason why.
It's true. Oh,
The reason why we know that.
what was that?
That was my phone talking.
Oh, I was like,
But there's a real reason why we are that close. Because there is a purpose behind that. And I think that God wants us to know each other. There's a reason why. So
oh, everything happens for a reason.
yeah, I believe it all is happening for a reason. I believe that everything I know, and what we're going through, it all is on purpose. Not a mistake. So, I think of it like that. Like everything that we have to go through is going to be sure by design. It's by design. God wants us to that. So everything is done for a reason. It is really reason.
It's connected.
I believe so. I believe that we're connected in the way that we are connected. Because it seems like we are. We've always been connected. And so, yeah, I guess it was the realm. I think we're always connected. Isn't it wild?
It's true.
I just saw what I saw. It was like a wholly different world, but now I'm like, we're connected. We are people. We are humans. We are connected because we actually have faith in Janice. That's what's amazing to me. In my life, I believe that you have that. Humanity. I do. So then it like connects
Yeah.
us in a sense that I don't even know how to talk about it. Finding the problem, fixing the problem, all in
I'm too.
It's amazing, right? So all this stuff we're talking about is absolutely amazing. But it's like we're like connected. This is even the stupidest problem doesn't matter. Like the pieces that are connected or are messed up or whatever, which I realize there are, that doesn't even matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. Because now we're connected at a different level, which is totally amazing to me. See, I realize something. That's amazing. That something can be completely broken, but yet it can be completely fixed. Because that's what it was. So that's weird for me to say it. Because that's incredible. So that really is messed. It's really messed.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
My God.
Oh my lord!
It's the tub troll.
That just scared the crap out of me.
It did me
You just scared me.
too.
I thought the devil was coming through.
It is the devil.
It is the devil. Ah! It is the devil. Ah! Oh my lord.
Shit.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Oh, that's awesome. All right.
That's it. I couldn't find my headset, or else I would have been coming in here.
Where did Aaron go?
I don't know. I couldn't hear him very well.
Drop out?
No, there you are.
I might have dropped out.
No.
Yeah. I couldn't find my headset earlier.
Light.
I couldn't find my headset earlier.
I see you. I see you. I see you.
Yeah. I just want to say I love you guys. Good show. Guys.
Oh, thank you, Aaron.
I've been working all night, so I started finished at 11, sitting down.
Oh yeah, it's earlier where you're at.
Yeah, it just 11.
Yeah, it's late here.
I want to tell you, you might need to do another two on this show. We'll go over some stuff. You guys, absolutely amazing. The breakthroughs, right? Breakthroughs that we're going through.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely. The break. Go ahead.
No, just you're all experiencing a different dimension, and you either get kind of left behind in a sense, or you know, you're propelling forward and talking about solutions and not dwelling on the problems.
Right.
But Tom's the only guy here that I know of that's transhumanized. His freaking phone talks to him. What the heck?
That's true. That's true. Hey, it's awesome that you're here because we're talking about transhumanism and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. So.
Yeah. One eyebrow that I raised was that it got me to raise an eyebrow. And I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even know about this transhumanism stuff until I logged into YouTube. You know, and I studied and that's what I was saying. You should do a number 2 to this show. You know, and the course that I took at Portland State University pertaining to morality and technology. You know, we didn't even talk about transhumanism. It was, 2002, 2003. You know, so I didn't even really dig into, our present on what technology could do for us and against us in the present till recently, you know, within the last few years. And yeah, really interesting conversation, and yeah, it really pertains to right now, what we could be doing right now.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Well, it does. The transhumanism thing is, you know, people aren't realizing how really real this is, and they're not understanding that we are facing this, you know, as humanity. So if you want to take yourself and think about that, you know, think about that. Just think about it. I mean, you know, what you're dealing with here is, well, the technology itself, as far as creating artificial intelligence, transhumanism, all that, it's already here. So it's not a matter of whether it's here or not. It's already here. So you just got to recognize that, hey, how are we going to do that? Hey, how are we going to do it? So how are you going to deal with it? How are you going to deal with it?
I think I'm not even kidding. I think we need to make more hashtag motorboating videos, and that'll just destroy the algorithm. No, I'm not even kidding. Like,
Oh no!
Implode mode,
Oh,
implode mode, implode mode.
oh my goodness!
You guys ever watch the Bikini Bandits?
I don't know what to do.
You ever heard of
I
the
don't
Bikini
think so.
Yeah, no, made from Tool. You ever like Tool?
Yeah.
He produced a whole series of Bikini Bandits, and I mean they're pretty raunchy. It's hilarious. See that stuff alive, and especially from Maynard, you know. Not so much of a Tool fan anymore, but back in the day when Tool really came out, I could see where he's going. Yeah. But yeah, that's an old series. Not people knows about it. That'll destroy algorithms.
Shoot. We need to destroy them.
That's
I
what
would say
think
it would.
That's what I think. Yeah, I mean they kind of step in, and it's a good instance to analyze because you know, it's our present. It's always one or two steps ahead of us. How do you almost write an anti-venom for something like that? Oh, the algorithms we get updated with to the platform. You understand what I'm saying? It's always a couple.
I do.
But I you know, I mean, is it also running out through a court system? Is that what's going to happen? You able to dial back some of the technology? Yeah, I mean, we're pretty far advanced here. It's time to really ask these tough questions.
More and more advanced.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so look at the bullying law. If there's some type of a bullying law in Utah, how are you gonna? I mean, how are you gonna monitor all that? A private company, a security company that show up at your house and arrest you. I mean, I can understand all bullying is right. You know, some of the really bad stuff that's going on. Yes, how do you control that? Look at the transhumanism aspect of that. And somebody's so pissed off that, you know, they're willing to make threats through the computer and come behind the computer, activate that threat. So is that like a department of pre-crime? Here we go.
Right. Huh.
Yeah, no, I mean it's right now. Hey, so Tom, you're gonna like this. Still there?
I'm here. Tom?
Tom?
Hello.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yesterday, Oregon passed SB 719, and that
Weed?
allows SB 719, and it allows basically your ex-girlfriend to call the police department, say his weapons violent, and they'll come get him and you or whatever. Yeah. So that's see timeline. Linda, I've told you about timeline. There it is. So and I don't know Senate and hold on. Okay, and if I don't know if if other states will catch on same type of law, but that's something to watch, and that gives something to watch, and that gives me more time. It's really interesting because I'm not a weapon. I got 2 installed in my ears and my mouth. You know, and but I'm constitutional. I understand the Constitution. And what that means, and holy, that's a good timeline right there.
Wow. Well,
Something to keep your eye on.
Shit.
Yeah, we need to have a.
Times are gonna get crazy.
I know it's getting late for you guys.
Oh yeah, it is.
Well, listen, guys, I want to thank both of you for coming on here. That's awesome, man. Have a conversation.
Yeah, that's a must. Yeah, what you guys are doing is just I mean, it is very patriotic because it's on the forefront. It's on the cutting, not so much the cutting edge, but it's definitely taken a few steps ahead. No one else is. Everyone else is caught up. Everyone money off news and shit.
Yeah. We're not making any money, that's for damn sure.
Right, but yeah, sitting here, you're documenting history, and it's very important. It's just so important having these shows and conversations, the dialectic conversation.
It's been a very good conversation. We always have that.
Yeah.
Me and Linda always. Me and you too. We always have a good conversation. It's not like some far out weird trippy thing. Like being honest and being honest and out in the open about it. Not trying to hide, see people or whatever.
Yeah, the only trippy far out thing about it is the delay in your voice. Makes it kind of cool.
Yeah, the delay in my voice because they don't want.
Oh, I know.
It's
Yeah,
usually me.
there you go. How do you go in legally? Go in and remove that if you do. If there is something set up. You know what I mean? And without me going physically to your house and your spot and going through your whole system and figuring it out, you know. But so what if I come over and I find something in your system that, it is either blocking your streams or dropping your streams or making you delayed so no one wants to listen to you, and I find it, then what?
It's usually me that drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been kind of in and out on, is your internet service, your ISP? Yeah, but that HughesNet isn't all steady. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta go in. Here's another part of our transhumanism. You gotta learn how to, navigate the live streams and go in and adjust buffering rate,
That's Greek to me.
Fun stuff, though. I mean, it is because really, we've been shown how important these live streams are. And once that gets messed with, and laws, like SB 719 of Oregon now, as of yesterday. Look at our timeline. It's another. I don't know. This is where Tom jumps in and goes. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna take him down.
Well, I love you guys, and I want to cancel the show out here at this point. But, it's awesome. We talk about it. You don't even realize it. It bounces off. We're bouncing off each other. It's amazing.
I really appreciate you sending me an invite. I wanted to, like I said, I want to pipe in earlier. Couldn't find my headset, but this is kind of working out what we're doing. Seems like everybody can hear me. Give a shout out to the chat room too, you guys. Links was in there. Somebody else was in there. I can't remember. Hopkins was in there. You had a small crew. We're in there blowing it up.
Huh. Interesting.
Just a small amount of people who understand.
Yep.
And we're just gonna go with that. So I'm not even worried about it.
Reassuring. It's nice. It's nice to know that you are on the same wavelength as somebody else. It's interesting how we're all kind of coming together at the same time. Be able to share the message.
Absolutely.
Okay,
That's
love guys.
the idea.
Well,
That's the idea.
what is it? 3, my name, and that how it goes, something like that.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, I'm gonna hang up. You guys have a good night. Joy, we'll talk again soon.
Love you guys. Love you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Love you.
Love you, man. Okay. Well, I love you too,
All right,
Linda.
Tom,
I love you too, Linda.
I love you too. Holler at me tomorrow when you're off, and we'll talk on the phone.
All right. Yeah, let's talk on the phone.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
off tomorrow too, so that'll work. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I'll call you.
All right. I'll be here.